this is Jyoti Mehra Kakkar, and I'm heading one of the verticals of God's International School, Gaur Yamuna City. Otherwise, I am working as the school developer. Like I said, the operations and systems, and of course as a teacher's trainer and parent orientation programs which I conduct to bring a balance between the parents and the teachers, because I somewhere believe very strongly, and it has been proved right also. So I say it with a smile and confidence that बच्चा सांझा होता है. जितनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पेरेंट्स की होती है बिकॉज दे आर द बायोलॉजिकल पेरेंट्स, उतनी ही रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्कूल्स की भी होती है बिकॉज वी आर द फॉस्टर पेरेंट्स. सो या, एंड आई एम वन ड्रीमर हु इज़ एन अचीवर. That is about me. Course flexibility, if I talk about, times have been changing and times have changed. If I practically talk about, we need to concentrate more on the potential. If you talk about the innate potential of a child, बच्चे के अंदर caliber होता है, हर बच्चे के अंदर caliber होता है. What schools have been doing in past, with which I never agreed, but I had no choice as I was working as a teacher or a coordinator. The power was not there in my hand. And now if I sit on a chair, it's not the power I'm talking about. At least I have a right to speak and lay my suggestions for the management, for the parents, for the people involved in grooming and nurturing the child. So a child needs to be catered as per the potential of the child, the inborn, the innate potential and capacity, and schools should give the child the freedom to opt for the subjects and encourage the child simultaneously. It's not, if a child is scoring say 50% marks and he's very good in sports, so he cannot go for his health management and sports management or health sciences. It's such a wonderful branch to talk about. If child is good in drawing, the child can, it's not necessarily the child has to go only for being an architecture. He can be a fashion designer, and what is wrong into that? So the subjects, if I talk about, should be for the holistic development of the child, and it should not be ki, no, the child needs to be forced. No, you have to pick up sciences, you have to pick up medicine, you have to go for CLAT exam to be a corporate lawyer. I think the freedom needs to be given, and it's high time we educationists and parents should get together and respect the potential of the child. Yeah, so higher education formats, when I re-questioned the question, the roots lies in the plinth, the roots lies in the formative years when the child is growing. So a child who comes to a nursery class and a child who is in grade 8, the journey from nursery to grade 8 is very, very important, what I feel so. Whatever higher education we may talk about, however we may talk about, the plinth needs to be stronger, the roots needs to be stronger, and we need to prepare our children for the actual life outside. So the life skill education that we have started incorporating in our system, I think it's nothing more than the moral science classes we had when we were the students. Right now the higher education, whatever changes, whatever systems they have to build, I think the roots lie when we are grooming and nurturing the child in the junior classes, in the formative years. I don't say junior, the formative years of the child. University I respect, because the young entrepreneur and what a thought process he has to bring this wonderful venture. Again, mind preparedness, preparing them for entrepreneurship, preparing them for whichever faculty, whichever field, the basics lie in the formative years. Since morning I'm listening to such good educationists, and of course I've heard Mr. Sahil speak out his mind, a young gentleman. If he has such a huge vision, I think Rishihood University is already making creating good music. It is not making noise, it is creating good music. So all the best. I think kudos to the entire team for preparedness of all the students who are here with Rishihood University, in Rishihood University, for the better life outside. For me, education is not the content or the curriculum. For me, education is when you are actually facing life outside your college premises, outside when your education is over. How will you take the decision? Is it a failure or is it a success? But then what is a failure and what is a success is to be explained. Every failure is not a failure. You know, it is a stepping stone to success, and it's a cliched sentence. But what we fail at is we don't prepare our children, the educationists fail because we don't prepare our students to accept the failure. Accepting the failure is the most important preparedness for life. You know, because difficulty doesn't lie in bringing a new idea. Basically, the difficulty lies in escaping from the old one. You need to be a learner, unlearn certain things and approach for the new things. Because 2020 education, you know, post-COVID, like post-pandemic, I think it has to be a flight of a phoenix, where there has to be revival, where there has to be resurrection, where it has to be revision of certain systems, importantly preparing our young students, our young leaders, our young children for life. And with this integrated programs that we are running, you know, the interdisciplinary projects that we prepare and we take up, the internships for which we send our children, I think it actually prepares them for life rather than just who will be the topper in the school or the college.